Hi everyone, could we? Is the market about to rebound? If you want to see my in-depth analysis on Bitcoin, the market, and then some altcoins that you might not get to see today, make sure to become a newsletter subscriber by clicking the link below. Let's crack straight in. One to watch is my first one off the rack today, and I think it's a really interesting proposition because when Binance is heating up, when volumes are up, when trading's up, BNB being the utility coin will be up too. And I'm seeing some signs of life here. I really like this chart. Now, this is BNB versus Bitcoin. Now, I always benchmark my altcoins versus Bitcoin to assess their relative strength. And if they're strong against Bitcoin, then I could almost easily go over to the USD chart and think, okay, this is starting to look good too. BNB is trying to break out of a multi-month overhead resistance in this very tight range. If we can get a close above and flip it, then I think BNB is a really good thing to just have a bit of a rip here. If we go on over to the USD chart, you can see here that corresponds. That's looking really nice. Hasn't cleared my hammer level, exactly the same essentially. I want it to clear an overhead level, but the Bitcoin BNB chart looking actually stronger at this point. I think this has some serious follow through. Now, it's got some very big moving averages just above on the USD chart, so you have to factor that in. However, the hammer level is the ultimate level to get very aggressive here, 932. But right now, this is a pretty nice close on the daily for a move into the top of this range here. So about 3%. You'd have to watch this to move higher, but I really like the look of this, so definitely a one to watch. Cherry Ripe today was actually put on my radar by Mastermind, so thank you, Reese. Hyperliquid has had a really big rip overnight, and I love this setup because it's taken out really strongly that overhead resistance level. See the circles there, tap, tap, up and down, tap, tap, and then it's just ripped right through it. So instead of going, uber long here and just, buying and getting into a trade here, I'd be waiting for it to come actually back down to this kind of level here, moderate down to maybe that 28, 29 region for a buy opportunity before it goes up to that next level. But this here, flipping the resistance into a support level, that's that staircase up that we're looking for. And I think that's the cherry ripe we want to see. Overall though, the Hyperliquid chart is still in a state of lower highs all the way down, and we can't really be bullish on it again until I think 41. But in terms of a shorter term trade, that's exactly what I want to look for. So wanted to share. Danger zone, I'm going to give you two today. So Zcash was my danger zone last week, had a really nice fall down, but then it's had a really strong rally after that move down. It's now hitting an area which I'd be very interested in being defensive here and even a bit bearish because it lost the uptrend that it was in for quite a while, fell down here, and now it's come back to retest that. So if it gets rejected here, if it gets closed here on a daily or a weekly time scale, you see it's just run straight into it. If it closes underneath again, then I think this is a foregone conclusion that this wants to go lower, maybe to the 200, 258. Remember, Zcash has had a really strong move up, and there is going to be some distribution, but this is not what I want to see. We come back to the retest the underside of the support of this upwards shaping trend. That said, if Zcash can get somewhere up into this region, 450, 470, then I think she's actually blasting higher. But right now, it's right on that knife's edge. You want it to see it go higher, but right now is where I guess bears will feel pretty good about themselves to come in and maybe do a short. Okay, now moving on over to my main danger zone this week. I wanted to share both privacy coins. Here is XMR, Monero. This is not a good looking chart. And I know I had this as my cherry ripe a few weeks back because it had broken out of this, decade long overhead resistance level. You can see how important this level was, and it bloody ripped. It went up to $800 from, where it is today. However, over the last week or two, it has closed back beneath that breakout level. That is incredibly ugly and bearish. I do not like this at all. The only time I would be buying Monero or going long on this is if it can solidify on a weekly above 510. So that would be reclaiming the breakout level and finding its way up here. You can see I've got that alert right there. Right here though, this is the primary. This is the danger that it's found, for now finding that breakout level as resistance. It's closed beneath, and it's going lower to the 200 or the 100. That seems highly likely to me. RSI's failed here, it's rolling over. So I don't like Monero. I think this is a perfect danger zone setup. You don't want to see it, but as always, wait for daily and weekly closes to form these opinions on these charts.